Okay, so we're going to make a cheesy bechamel sauce specifically for use in a croque monsieur, so a little thicker and with a bit of mustard than maybe for other use cases. So start with a saucepan over a medium heat, and we've got 40 grams of butter which we will melt. So that butter's melted down nicely. We will go in with 2 tablespoons of plain flour, in this case gluten-free plain flour, and whisk that into the melted butter. We'll let that kind of fry and cook out for a minute or two. More critical with wheat flour than with the gluten-free flour, because you don't want to get a kind of raw flour flavour to the sauce. Just turn the heat down a little bit now for that butter melted. Just let that bubble and cook for a minute. Then I've got 300 ml of semi-skimmed milk. Add some of that, about half I think there. Give it a whisk. Cold milk to a hot roux. Or a cold roux to a hot liquid. Whisk that through. Add in the rest of that. Up one touch. I'm going to bring that up to a gentle simmer. Whilst that's coming up to a simmer, I've got half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of white pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of grated nutmeg. So they can all go in. Whisk them through. Keep stirring it the whole time whilst it's coming to a simmer. Don't want it to burn on the bottom. You'll feel it start to thicken up. Might be able to see that now. It's a little more gloopy on the whisk. Getting quite thick now. We've got a bubbling simmer. Turn that down. And cook that for a couple of minutes. And we've got it to this point. I'm going to add some Dijon mustard. It's a small teaspoon, and half a teaspoon of English mustard. And whisk those through. Nice and thick. It's a little thicker than I actually want the finished sauce, so at this point cook that for a minute or so. Wheat flour again need to cook out a bit longer to get it to thicken, but this gluten-free flour does so more quickly. So I'm going to add a bit more milk. Whisk that through. Going to thicken slightly when we add the cheese as well, so I'm going just slightly thinner than I want it. So I don't know what that is, maybe another 100 ml of milk there probably. 400 ml in total. Yeah, Now that looks great. So at this point, I'm going to add 100 grams of grated mature cheddar. Again, this is a cheese sauce for cheesy bechamel for croque monsieur. So I do want it nice and cheesy, so that is quite a lot of cheese for the volume of sauce. Whisk that in. And then, because I like cheese, I'm going to add a slice of emental as well. And let that melt into the sauce. Keep stirring, lowered the heat slightly. That emental's just about melted through. Cheddar's all incorporated. Just wait for that last bit of emmental to melt. Gives it a nice stringy consistency. Perfect to top a lovely grilled cheese sandwich. Pan is all over the place. And that's that. Done. Cheesy bechamel. Turn it off, let it cool. Pop it in the fridge, it'll keep for a few days. When you want to make a croque monsieur, take it out and use it. And join me in the next video and I'll show you how to prepare a croque monsieur.